Welcome to Between Escrows. I am one of your hosts, Amy Scruggs, and this is
Roger Savvy, Ambassador of Optimism, and you surely have landed at the right place.
This is the show for you if you are interested in growing your relationship building, your sales, your understanding of your business, and how to grow and be stable and enjoy it with the Ambassador of Optimism. I am a branding coach. You are at the right place. We have amazing episodes coming up. You don't want to miss it.
It's the wonderful Amy. Look at that.
Oh, well, I apologize if anybody just saw a little glitch there. You've got to love the technology. Welcome to Between Escrows, our first live stream, not recorded, but you are here with us, which means that you can comment, you can share with us your thoughts, you can reach out and say, hey, what do you think about this? If you like what we're sharing with you, if you like what you're learning, let us know, drop us a comment. And if you're watching this later, thank you so much for listening on your favorite streaming or for watching on YouTube. My amazing co-host, Roger Savvy.
Yeah, I'm with the wonderful Amy. And by the way, we're going to be talking about technology and AI and relationships. But look how you have mastered technology. You make it look so easy. You are just a wizard. I love it.
It's the elves. There's elves back here.
But you make it look so easy because you focused on I noticed the people that you interview, you make them feel like $1 million, right? And that's part of that relationship bonding, and you do it so well. You didn't just send me a bunch of AI questions, right? You just flow, and you are so good at it.
Oh, thank you.
Interestingly enough, when we talk about the machines and AI, before we jump into it, this crosses my mind. It crossed my mind last night. I would far rather AI land an airplane for me in the middle of the night in a storm in the island. It does it so well, right? Mm-hmm. I know that AI keeps premature babies alive better than humans. It can do math better than humans. It can pick up faces in a crowd much better, but it's one thing it cannot do is build trust and build relationships on a continuous basis. And I think that is so vital for our discussion today. What do you think?
I completely agree. There is, like what we're doing right now. If I brought in my favorite robot, it just wouldn't be the same as the energy and love and light that Roger brings into this. There are those times when that human importance is there. We need each other. Yes. Yeah. And I'm glad we're going to talk about it too, because Roger, as you brought up the tech part of this, yes, I am a nerd. I admit it. Any of you watching right now, I am such a nerd. I am constantly researching the newest tech and this and that and this and that. However, I know that the strongest asset in my life are relationships.
Absolutely right. But it tells me that you've been circumspect and you've been reflective, because there's that little arithmetic equation that you and I know: high tech plus high touch, right, equals high trust. And what that means day to day for all of us, anyone watching, an entrepreneur, a master, a loan originator, realtor, title, escrow, pharmaceuticals, doesn't matter what it is. It means high tech means less screen time because of the high tech, and which allows you more face time, which allows you to build higher trust. So less screen time, more face time equals higher trust. So it's taking all these tech and this AI around us and making sure it works for us while we build those relationships. So it frees up our free time.
Right. And I've put a lot of thought and time into this as well, because I run social media platforms. I'm going to be honest here for all of you. I run probably 12 different platforms behind the scenes for nonprofits, for myself, for business. It's a lot, right? So if someone could just literally live on screen time and do nothing but that, it's me. So how do I take these tools so that it can allow me to have more of my human interaction? Yeah. And then also, even with the social media, I'm a dork. So if you follow me on Amy Scruggs Media, any of the social platforms, you're going to get more of a behind the scenes Amy in real time, right? And I love that because then it allows when I have my human connections. I just had this happen recently. It was like, oh my gosh, you have been cracking me up lately. I feel like I'm giving you a little bit insight to my heart, my humanity, and it makes for fun conversation starters, right?
Yeah,
So that it's
absolutely.
not robotic. And how do I take this screen time and this digital time, or to just go into somebody's DM and say, hey, I've been thinking about you, or congratulations, I saw you just closed that purchase. How do I use it to still create the human interaction that then it creates a phone call coming in like that? I've reconnected with some beautiful people because of going into DM and saying, hey, we haven't spoken in a while. And then now you have that connection. Now you're making that lunch date, and now the next thing. So I think there's this medium, and we're still all figuring it out. So I'm totally pro tech and social media and AI, and I'm a nerd. But I also know that it has been my relationships that make that difference. And how do I put these together? So, Roger, I would love to ask you, like, on your side of the spectrum, and how you work with professionals. How
Yeah.
much are you integrating all human time, or is there any tech time, or are you on the polar opposite side?
Yeah. Well, very good question for me, Amy. I've realized that so many times us as salespeople or influencers, because that's rather than waiting to pounce and sell, influencing other people's thoughts are so important. And so hence that one-on-one time, that meeting time is very important. And many of our salespeople colleagues use social media or AI or those other distractions as an excuse not to talk to people.
Yeah.
They truly believe they could hide behind it and make a fortune. And the checks would just come flying through the mail, and all they have to do for a $30 subscription per month, you don't have to do anything. Everything just happens for you. We love shortcuts, right? The infomercial channels is one of the biggest, most watched, because people just want to find out that for $20 a month, they could be the best lover in the world or the best this in the world. We love shortcuts.
Yes.
No, relationships take a little bit of time, and with some smarts put behind it and leveraging the technology, you can compress the time that nervous tension drops and trust grows. And where those two intersect, magic happens. Absolute magic happens. So I have realized that I'm not anywhere near your skills, but I know where to go and find those skills. I know to come and talk to you. I have learned the basics to showcase myself in the best way, or free up some time so I can go and have a one-on-one or go and do a meeting. And then I would ask someone like you, please, won't you capture a couple of video shots and put it on a platform for me so that I can extend that message. But it all starts with the relationship, that everything is done with your customer in mind. It's about them, right? And then that human touch. Isn't it so interesting, Amy? And then I'll get off my soapbox. Transactions
This is our
Transactions are dying, relationships are scaling. Isn't it interesting how that has changed? And it's fascinating that we live in a world where there is more technology and platforms than in living memory, but there is more loneliness than ever before. People want to be validated, people want to be heard. And it's a great excuse for us to go and have conversations, right?
Yes. And we have every tool. You and I, coming in from the 80s and 90s, 70s, 80s and 90s, we didn't have any tools, right? It was only relationship. And now we're way over here on this side of the spectrum, where pretty much any tool we could even think about is here now. And it's hard to even fathom anything new coming in, although we know that's inevitable, right? So where do we lock this in? And I've had this conversation many times, especially when I'm working with nonprofits, right? So if we look at nonprofits, no different than sales professionals, if you're in real estate and mortgage, because you're all trying to reach your audience. You're all trying to help someone, right? Nonprofits are trying to help someone. If you're selling the homes or helping first-time buyers or home buyers, you're helping them. Loan originators, you're helping them. So what I always reference on this is what you're putting out and how you're using digital tools. It needs to show who you are, why you do what you do, and who you help. And if you can deliver that message through these digital tools, even if you're using your AI and training it to know what your message is, who you serve, it's going to give you back helpful materials that generate who you serve, right?
Mm.
So so let's say the nonprofits that I work with, or the outreach that I do, there, I've never seen anyone attend a community meeting from seeing a flyer posted on a social media. Doesn't happen. But what happens when you show a short video or an image that reaches the human connection? If there is human connection, or something empowers you or moves you, then that goes from being just digital to something that's human. Now you want to go and find out more. Now you want to maybe show up to learn more. You want to donate. You want to help. So same thing just when I see just a real estate or lending professional only, let's say, posting just a flyer, it doesn't tell me anything. I don't know anything about you. And Roger, you saw there was a video that we put out yesterday of one of our colleagues where he discussed why he loves helping first time buyers so much. Like, God, this is why, this is what we do. That little 2 minutes of him just saying, this is what I've learned about this business, is what I've learned about these wonderful individuals that I put in homes. If you saw somebody's flyer or you heard that, which professional are you going to choose when it's
Yeah,
going to be
absolutely.
that buyer, right?
Absolutely. And
Use
and
the
I know who that professional is that you're speaking about. And what I heard in that video that he put out is, I care. I sense he identified who he could help, and that he wasn't just offering help, he was offering solutions, and with the most authentic way. And he clicked that it's no longer about transactions, it's about helping someone else. And it just came across so well. I agree. And Amy, you do help so many people in those nonprofits. And if I am always, well, in fact, I know when I know some of my loan originators and realtors are going to a BNI meeting or a LATIP or a Better Business Bureau, Rotary, Chamber of Commerce, and they have to stand up and introduce themselves.
oh,
And for the most part, they stand up and talk about their product. They do this kind of stuff. Hi, my name is Roger. I'm a
yes.
realtor. And I'll stay here after the meeting in case you've got any questions. It's a really good time to buy and sell. And the interest rates are, well, they are what they are. Oh my God, you're dead
No,
in the water. You're
dead in the
done.
water.
They don't want it, right?
I'm gonna give a coaching tip here, because I've shared this on stages when I've done presenting with realtors. And the last thing I want to hear is, "Hi, I'm a realtor." Great. So is everyone else in the room. Congratulations.
Yep.
How about, and just an example, after 20 years in education and working at elementary school, I retired and I decided that now I wanted to help families move into that neighborhood near those school districts. And so I help them with home ownership so they can do the same thing and see their kids go to these great schools.
What a difference. What a difference.
Really?
And
How do you do that?
alternatively,
Well,
they
I'm
could
a
have
real
said,
estate agent. Yes.
yeah. And alternatively, Amy, they could have said, engage, have presence, stand up, show your energy, show respect for the audience that you're in. That's part of the confidence, because people sense your energy before they even meet you, right?
Of course
You haven't even opened your mouth yet. So you're up and you engage and you say, last week reminded me again of why I love my profession. I put a
Yeah.
family in a home, and the mother cried because her son was going to have a bedroom for the first time and go to the school that they've always wanted. That touches your heart. Hi, everybody. My name is Amy, and look what I can do, kind of stuff. It touching. So lead with your authenticity. Why are you doing it? Don't lead with what you do. Lead with why you're doing it. And in a world which appears to be pointless and have no reason for existing, 90% of the species are already extinct. You can find meaning in an otherwise seems a chaotic world. And that is that beacon, that strength that people look for, right? And you just do it naturally.
Another example could be somebody who said, I started in engineering. I went to college for engineering. And then one day I was with my family who just got a new home. My parents had just downsized after years of raising kids. And I realized this is so special to see them do this. And I decided I want to be a part of that. So I got my real estate license. And now I help other retirees downsize and find that perfect place for their next years. Like, you can create this story behind who you are and what you do that doesn't, and the loan originators as well. I love numbers. I've always loved crunching numbers, and what a better way than to help families with their budgets and the biggest purchase they're going to make in their lifetime, to help them really make that work and get into a home. That's much better than I'm a loan officer, I'm a loan originator.
Absolutely.
If you're still doing it, you're doing it for a reason. If you're not doing it, then you're now explaining the other great thing you've moved on to. But if you're doing it, what is that heart? And this is where we talk about bringing in that human interaction, because what you've now done is you have now made a connectable point that when someone hears that, they either think, I relate to that myself, or, oh, that's my parents going through that, or, oh, you know what, my next door neighbors were just struggling with the search of this or that. You automatically, when you hear a story, you think about someone that is similar. Might be you or yourself, but we all hear a story and go, oh, I remember when my cousin went through that, right? We attach a human connection to a story. And when you introduce yourself in story format, you have now made a human engagement.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. And so that is when you move from being a salesperson to someone who influences other people. That's when you become the magnet, not the microphone. People are used to the microphone, right? Touch me, I'm the greatest. I work for the greatest brokerage. I'm in the $5 million a month club. No one cares.
Great.
What's in it for me? What's in it for me? If you want to be interesting, you have to become interested, right? And zone in on the others. Yep. Such good points. Such good points. And I've also realized, if I may, Amy, that those people that you sense their energy, their confidence, is because they don't just speak like a traditional salesperson where the customer is always right, you have no boundaries, you can contact me 24/7, I'm always here. No. They've got a moat around their business. They've got boundaries. And they create what I call a constructive tension, not a destructive tension, a constructive tension where people sense there is boundaries to this person, but there's enough mystery here that I want to see what that business looks like, right?
Yes.
You create that wall, not tall enough to keep them out, just high enough for them to look in, right? And because there's that world, that storytelling, the human, yet I'm not available 24/7. Get in line because I can help, but I can only do one at a time, because if you get in front of me, I will prioritize you. Right?
Yes.
And then it all starts. So I'm loving the way I'm watching sales change over time.
Yes. Well, and here's the thing. If I respect myself and I show that I respect myself and my boundaries and my time, it's human nature. You are more likely to respect me and my boundaries and my time. It's actually attractive versus repelling of anytime. No, these are my hours. This is when I'm best of service. This is when I'm giving my time to somebody else, which you will want when it's your turn. It shows a respect for myself and also a respect for those that I want to work with, because then they will have their time and they'll have all of me when it's that time.
Yeah.
I've met professionals that I was surprised to see, what I like to say, just maybe chaos. Oh, I'm sorry, I got pulled over here and then I thought it was that, and then so-and-so called and then I didn't realize it. Oh my God, were we supposed to meet? Yeah, a half hour ago. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes.
your lack of planning and managing and go back and watch the other episodes. We had the last two that were about managing your time.
Managing your time.
But it's
right.
also
Right.
that doesn't show respect for me in that human contact.
You are so correct. Yeah, I think it was you, one of us mentioned that your schedule is a reflection of your life, the control you have over your time. And I know that I have been on a call with you and I get someone persistent trying to get my attention. And I found myself, and you've got to use what's called sticky eyes. I want you to know that you are more important than the person who's bothering me. So I will stick with my sticky eyes with you for a while to know that I really want to stay with you and say to the other person, I hear you, you are important, but I need to give you full attention and I can't do it at the moment. Would you mind if I finish my conversation? That lets the other person know that you value your time, they're interrupting your time, and I will personalize for you just like I'm doing for the other person, right?
So we don't
So
just pick up
important.
and throw the mouse at them and throw lip gloss across the room. We don't do that.
I think I should employ that one. I'll think about that. Or, Amy, you're sitting in your office. They can clearly see you busy, and they walk in and they go, hey, just a quick question.
No.
Or, have you got 2 minutes for me? And they can see you busy. And I've learned to say, without being rude, look, if it is 2 minutes, fine. And I stand up and I go, look, I've only got 2 minutes. Then they realize, oh, he wants to sit down again. I've only got 2 minutes, right? Then they'll either split it in 2 minutes or say, no, I can clearly see you're busy. I'll leave. So when someone bothers you like it, stand up and say, okay, I've only got 2 minutes, all right? And then they respect, and they don't do it again easily the next time. But each one of us have to create that boundaries. The others don't know it unless they've had the professional training.
And do you notice that actually improves your connection and your human interaction with these individuals?
Yep.
Because a lot of people, especially people pleasers, and I am number one, have really learned I am a people pleaser. So learning these skills of doing that has been, and for a lot of us, it's like, no, what if they're mad at me, right? We get like, but you have mastered it so well. So share how that doesn't hurt the relationships, but actually creates more opportunity for the human connection.
Yeah. So there's words that I've trained myself to use over time. Someone continuously bothers me, I've realized, stand up and say, okay, you're very important to me, but I have only the 2 minutes you said it was going to take because I want to come back and focus on you later. Just the mere fact that you've said that they've been heard, that they're important, but that they are interrupting. They are lessons to be taught. They are lessons to be taught. And I've used that and I've succeeded with that very well. On the phone, I'm on the phone and I hear people trying to distract me. I go, I pledged to give this person my attention on the other side. Please, may I come back to you later? You are important as well, but one at a time is all I can do. Some people need a real good dope slap that they are interrupting, yet they are important in your life. It's like, I know I have been in a room where someone says something which is just not acceptable to me. But if you keep quiet, it's a tacit endorsement that you agree, especially if the person is your boss saying that and you feel you need to distance yourself from that comment. It's tough, but it's personal growth. And you see in politicians, they don't have the courage to do that. They'll just go with whatever the leader says, right? But when you are a professional and you're establishing your boundaries, it's very important that you establish this is what's acceptable and this is what's not, or remove yourself from that situation. And we attract who we are. If we have no boundaries, we'll attract other people who have no boundaries. But if we show boundaries, we attract a different kind of person, right? And it's difficult to soar with the eagles when you're flapping with the turkeys. Very difficult.
Well, and Roger, you've worked with so many teams. You're out in the field all the time working with teams. Have you seen that exhibited in different teams throughout the years that you've met in all of your industries, where you see that team, just everybody had that flock was kind of not trained properly? Like they attracted each other to work together? Like, have you noticed that it's like the entire team was just off?
Just off. And it's normally a leadership thing. You normally find, well, realtors are renowned to be late and not tracking and not reading their emails so many times.
We love you all. We do so much.
Yeah. And loan originators, unless the email says a definite loan closing for you, they're not going to even open it because you know.
No, we love you too, but we'd love if you open your emails.
We'd love it if you opened your emails. But I've noticed that a good team leader or a good principal broker or owner of a branch or a sales director, when the meeting starts at 8 o'clock, they normally give no more than 1 minute latitude, and the door is closed and the meeting starts. All right. And it's normally said, if you are late, we would rather you didn't join, because you're interrupting everybody else. While you come in, everyone's eyes look up, everyone waits for you to find a seat, all right? Okay, all that kind of stuff. So exactly right. And often being right on time is late.
Yes.
Yeah.
Early is on time is late.
That's right. Exactly right. On time is late. 5 minutes early, set yourself up so that you're not disturbing, get ready, pen out, whatever it is. And that is a culture that is set up by the team leadership.
Yeah.
And as we evolve, you realize meetings and interactions mean, for the most part, one conversation at a time. Play the ball, not the player. In other words, comment on behavior, not character. All right. This is a safe zone. All right. And when you're in this room, it's all about the other person, not just about you. Those ground rules, if one gets them in their career early enough, it enhances the relationships. It enhances the way you connect with people, because we're all in this together and we need each other. There should be no prima donnas, right?
Yes. And we have to be so careful to not allow our technology to lose our self-awareness on how we interact with each other and what those social graces are and common courtesies. And I think that there has been some influence of the digital world that's doing things for us that we're not engaging with those same awarenesses and common courtesies. And I think bringing that back also elevates that human connection, because we all know, especially, let's say, as a woman, I'm walking into a restaurant or establishment, and whatever gentleman is coming in or out just holds the door for me. I'm always very thankful for that. And I'm very equal rights, and I'm a feminist, but I also love if someone holds the door, especially if my hands are full, right? But we notice that today, if we're buried in the technology, how many times doors have slammed in my face because they're not paying attention. I hold the door for someone. I see an older woman walking up on her cane trying to go into Target. I make sure and get her the cart and hold the door. I'm being aware of the humans around me, not my technology. When I'm out in places with humans, when I'm alone and in the chair and working the social media platforms that I'm contracted to do, that I'm thankful and proud to do, I can focus. But when I'm around humans, I want to show that I am engaged as a human. And I think if there's a leveling up on that, especially for sales professionals, you be aware of your surroundings. You never know who you might help load that thing into their car, because maybe the guy's on crutches and he's at Costco and he's trying to get his stuff in. Just go walk over and help him. You see the older woman or a mother with children, go put their cart back for them. And just, hi, I love helping people. I'm a, local real estate professional in the area, and I seen you here before, and, just wanted to help you out. Guess what? And then she goes home and there's a flyer on her door for somebody else. Who's she going to remember, right? That human connection. It's so important.
So important. And by the way, I get a really nice feeling when I help somebody else. I now remember what my grandparents used to say to me. I'm so happy I could give this to you. I never understood that until I got older. And the concept of giving, helping, watching someone else flourish, watching someone else be happy makes you grow as an individual as well. And so being aware, and I don't think COVID helped, right? And that we stayed home, we got used to be behind Zoom. And now trying to encourage people to come back to the office, because such great things happen when you come back to the office. You suddenly realize that, conversations break out. What a thing. And suddenly they're experiencing the same as you, with a human feeling. And you go, well, can we work on this together? Should we collaborate? And before you know what, energy is multiplied. But trying to motivate a sales force on high tech, on Zoom, when you've got a series of black boxes looking at you, because the cameras are off, extraordinarily difficult.
I have to do a lot of coaching online. It is difficult, and I have to raise my energy up like extra. Even us here today, I hope that you can all feel our energy and feel Roger's and mine enthusiasm, and you have to really bring that in. And that's a whole separate training we can talk about. But Roger, I also wanted to give an idea that I've given to professionals before. If you're looking for that human interaction, but you also know the work you have to do. So let's say loan professionals, real estate agents, you got to do your paperwork. Go to your favorite coffee shop or diner in your community and sit there and do it. Order a cup of coffee, thank the waitress, give a nice tip, and say hi to people as they come through. You might start to notice there's regulars that you see every week, and you recognize the same people, right? And all of a sudden now, oh yeah, that guy's always at the diner when we go in for our Tuesday lunch with our girls group, or our book club meets there. Oh, we always see them sitting there. That makes you so much more recognizable and personable. by
Yeah.
being seen, being in
Especially, you're
your
right. You're
community.
typing your emails and that, and on the back of your computer screen is written maybe your why. I'm a difference maker. I love people. Maybe it's on the back of the screen. Because that's part of the energy that people get to meet before they actually speak to you. Isn't that just so clever? Just go and sit with people, and you're right.
Sit with
They
people.
are the regulars, and suddenly the eye contact starts, and that's where it all
And then,
begins. Because eye contact signals intention, right?
yeah.
Intention to have a conversation.
Yes. And then maybe take a quick video or a photo with the waitress that serves you and say, thank you so much. You're always so kind. And then tag them on your social media and say, this location, I sit here and do my work as I go through properties or, catch up or make sure that those numbers are just right for this loan. And this team is always so great to me. Thank you very much. Now you've tagged the place, you've tagged the person, you've met people, and you've gotten your work done versus sitting isolated alone in a corner somewhere.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. And in a world in 2026 where trust is scarce.
Yes.
Trust is scarce. Attention is fragmented with an average attention span of 2.5 seconds and dropping, right? Do you remember the old days, Amy, if you and I wanted to go and study up on something, we go to the library, we crack the books, we set aside time to research things, right? To research, and we'd focus on it and we'd develop our opinion on something. And then we'd go and share ideas about it. Today, the information comes at you, whether you want it or not. There's no intentionality of going to go and study from varied sources. In fact, the information comes at you, whether you want it or not, from your preferred sources. And so you get to believe only yours, and they get to believe only theirs. And suddenly we're pointing at each other. Fake news, no one trusts each other. Fragmented, no trust. Loyalty is fragile. Fragile.
And we're all taking it. People want it more than they're
seeking
saying right
it.
now.
Yep. And differentiation of ourselves is difficult. It's so difficult.
Set yourself apart. Roger, we've got another 5-10 minutes here, but I wanted to point out, because it's so important, that you've shown that 90% of business right now is not coming from a flyer.
It's
right?
not. It's not. It's not, Amy. You know, one of the funnest things you can do for your clients, past or future. In fact, thank you. Let me finish with what you gave me there, which was gold. 90% of the real estate agents, and I think something like 75 for loan officers, of their business in 2025 came from past clients and referrals. Almost 90% for realtors. So knowing that with all this AI and this distraction and this deluge of AI slop, content everywhere, people in real times of turbulence and volatility would rather go with people that they know, trust, and like. Right. And that's why that business came from the past. And so this is not a message to distance yourself from AI, but more a reminder from Amy and I to, now that AI is here, focus on your clients with the same amount of passion. Don't be distracted by that, right? Rather use AI and social media and the internet to make you more efficient so you can go and spend more time with your efficiency. And so it's absolute gold that we spend more time. So our past clients are not only the past, they are the present and they are the future. Know that. You can, going back and loving on people who loved you in the past, what a difference. They will do it because they know a whole bunch of people that need to know you. Yeah.
I love that. I mean, I already know that 20 years from now, if I have a question on something or I need something, I can call Roger and say, Roger, you know, that one thing, or you had that one person that I needed to something. And he's going to pick up, and the same vice versa, because we've taken time to establish rapport. I know who he is. I know why he does what he does, and I know who he serves. And I know that he knows that about me. And so your job out there is to make sure that those who you are connected to, that they know who you are, why you do it, and who you serve, and watch the magic that happens.
Yep. Couldn't say it better. I could not say it better, because they will forget your rate. They will forget your presentation. They will forget your pitch, but they'll never forget how you made them feel, especially if you stay in contact with them. especially. If we just think about our lives as realtors, loan officers, professionals, did a deal ever just land in your lap and you did nothing? Very rare. It's normally because somewhere in the past, you spoke to that person who spoke to that person who remembered, called back, and somehow they called you. Energy you put out from the past comes back and it rewards you. There is no wasted energy. Don't have that feeling. Go out and focus on those conversations. It's everything for us. Everything. Yeah. It's for all of us that applaud. And to those that are listening, know that Amy and I are having a conversation with each other. There's no slides. There's no nothing.
Oh,
exactly the same. Exactly the same. Well, I did send you one slide. I did.
Yeah, we have a slide. You want to show the slide?
Show the slide. It's just
show the slide. It's a good one too. This is a good way to wrap up. I love this.
If you see this here, and all kudos to Zuora in San Francisco, they showed the shift from products to relationships, that in the 70s it was all about the products. And then everyone got the products, right? Oh, we better give good service in the 80s. And then suddenly everyone was feature benefit. Then it was, oh, let's focus on the customer. Ooh. So in the 2000s, it was all about the customer. But the customers are not monolithic. Now it's about the individual, personalized relationship. Okay, so shift happens, and the shift you see right there. Thanks for showing that, Amy.
I love it. No, that was brilliant. I'm like, oh, we have a slide. And we can put that, we're going to put that slide in the show notes. You'll be able to access that wherever you are enjoying this podcast, whether you are on the YouTube later, whether you're on one of the streaming platforms, you'll be able to see that in the notes, and go ahead and click that link and you can have that slide and share it with your sphere and help that remind you that we're back to relationships. And if there is ever a time in the world that we need to step up our level of relationships with each other, it's now.
Absolutely.
It's now. Right?
Absolutely. It is right now. And don't ever have that feeling of, oh, but they don't want to buy or sell now. I don't know what to say to them. Stop letting that drunk monkey get into your brain. You just call and you say, hey, it's good to hear your voice again. You crossed my mind last night.
Yes.
And I wasn't going to let another day go past. There, conversation starts.
That's it.
Be intentional. Make it about them.
Awesome. This was great stuff. Human interaction. Use your digital to make you more effective and efficient. Use your human connection, your self-awareness, your courtesies, and who you are and who you serve to make a difference, and you will see in your business. And we want you to reach out to us, send us comments, let us know how this is working in your business, and we will see you on the next episode of Between Escrows.